Good afternoon, thanks for coming. This is our 18th annual business plan competition at the University of Hawaii. I'm Peter Rowan. I was going to fill in saying I was Susan Yamada, but I didn't get that joke. I'm the executive director of PACE, the Pacific Asian Center for Entrepreneurship at the Shidler College of Business. I took over from Susan this summer, and I wanted to thank her for making it really hard and making it really easy. So she made it really easy because it's a wonderful team and great programs, and it makes it an easy, wonderful job. She also made it really hard, and so I'm not that grateful for that part, because it made it really hard for me to have some sort of meaningful impact. I'm still working on that, but even though I'm many months in, I still feel like I'm benefiting from the new guy thing. So bear with me. So we're really proud to organize this again for the 18th time, and the program wouldn't be a success without huge amounts of help, and particularly from our sponsors. So first, I'd like to give a big thanks to our title sponsors, HEI Charitable Foundation and Hawaiian Electric Companies. Their partnership and involvement and investment in PACE makes this all possible. So if you wouldn't mind joining me. We also had wonderful sponsors for our prizes for tonight. So the University of Hawaii Office of the Vice President of Research and Innovation, Highbeam, Pia Arma from Pineapple Tweed, and Greg Kim from Convergent Law Group. So this is a multi-round competition. It's a semester-long project. It starts in January with a pitch party, and actually a couple of folks made it all the way through from the pitch party to this, which is wonderful. The students will tell you that it's a pretty intense program. And over the past 3 months, participating teams were asked to submit product market summaries, they wrote comprehensive business plans, and they prepared compelling presentations. I think you'll find these finalists, all of them are very compelling. So PACE provided some help along the way. We partnered with Accelerate UH and Kenobi Martins to hold 2 Saturday workshops called Entrepreneurial Boot Camps. And we gave the teams exclusive access to our wonderful co-working space called Space. Come visit, it's the best place in Shidler. And each semifinal team was also matched with a dedicated coach from the business community to assist with the development of the business plan and this presentation. So can I ask the coaches, who are all volunteers and put in a lot of time, out of the kindness of their hearts, just to stand up so we can recognize them. So to the finalist teams, congratulations. You made it this far. Got a little bit more work to do now. In our briefing, I made sure that the judges know that there's no percentage for you in them being nice. Sorry. There were many outstanding ideas. You should be very proud to get into this final group. It's a pressure-driven and time-consuming assignment, we know, and we're very proud of your achievements, and you should be too. So I'd like to welcome now our distinguished panel of judges. Unfortunately, Eric Clark couldn't make it tonight, so we have 3, which I think is a good number, so there'll be no ties, no chance of a tie. So David I is the Director of Office of Innovation and Commercialization at UH. He's the Chief Innovation Officer at the University of Hawaii system. So thanks, David. Shelley Kimura is the Senior Vice President of Business Development and Strategic Planning at Hawaiian Electric Company. I just found out our kids go to school together too. And Maya Rogers, most of you know Maya, is the President and CEO of Blue Planet Software and the founder of Blue Startups. Thanks, Maya. So I'm almost done torturing you. You can read the judges' bios in the brochure, and let's see, they have a difficult task. We have 4 excellent teams, and they're competing for prize money that is in a real denomination. So before we begin the presentation, I have a couple of housekeeping announcements. It sounds a little bit like scolding, I'm sorry. You're not allowed to interfere with the presenters or the judges, so no passing of envelopes or anything like that. So please try not to cause disruptions while the presentations are in session. So I guess that means if you have to, you have to, but try not to. And then take a moment to turn your phone off, and each team's gonna have 10 minutes for the presentation and then 10 minutes for tough Q&A. So let's get started. So the order of the presentations is, the first team is Rendezvous, second team is Grome, the third team is Rose Gold Gems, and the fourth team is Swipe Wrap. So you have your order? Ready? Okay, let's go.
Testing, how's this? Can everyone hear me in the back?
Yep.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. We're Team Rendezvous, and I'd like to first start off by introducing the team ourselves. So, over on that side, Walter Gonzalez, Ryan Terrio, and myself, I am Dylan Kobayashi. So the 3 of us are actually currently enrolled in the University of Hawaii. We're graduate students, computer science. And what we'd like to bring to this is our background in collaboration systems. So the 3 of us combined, we have over 10 years of experience in collaboration spaces, in particular with a software piece called Sage 2 that is National Science Foundation funded. And what that is a piece of software to help with data analysis, organization, collaboration in high-resolution environments. So most of you may be familiar with these communication pieces of software. So Skype, Hangouts, WebEx, Zoom, GoToMeeting, to name a few. And what each of these do is that they focus on communication. So bringing people to people. But they're not actually designed to help with, say, getting work done, besides conveying information. And even these companies have recognized these limitations and are currently offering separate pieces of solutions. So for example, Microsoft is offering Microsoft Service Hub, and that is an $8,000 piece of hardware that is static. It's one display. In the middle, Google Jamboard, also a single large display, $5,000 minimum, because you also have to pay for annual fees. Finally, is Cisco, where they offer tile wall and drawing board. And the 3 things in common that they all have is their version of collaboration work is being able to draw. That's almost about it. But the other thing is that this hardware, you're locked in. You buy it, it only runs their stuff. So, our approach. So, what we have is a web-based solution. You can access it through the web browser. There's no need to install something. There's no need to set up prior accounts. And what we address is that when you want to connect to the meeting, you don't have to have a login account set up. So this removes the new entry barrier. So anyone who you want to join to the meeting, they're new, they haven't used software before, you don't have to worry about them having installed software ahead of time. Furthermore, is that this is cross-platform. It works on Mac, Windows, and multiple devices, so like the iPad. Third is that we are focused on the workspace. So all the changes, all the data are synchronized across all the devices. So right now we're going to switch to a video showing how the software would work, but before that, so this is a working prototype recording. The idea is you start off in the operating system, launch a browser, connect to the web page. You specify a name and which room you want to connect to. After you log in, you'll get the workspace. So from here, all of the content on the wall is manipulatable by everyone. So it's democratic, it's equal rights. Drag and drop to add more content. And once it's on the wall, you can then download it. So you don't have to worry about going to third-party systems to get that information that you are dependent on for the rest of your team. Multiple users, all their views are synchronized across devices. So actually, even right now, you can see that we're switching back to a Chrome browser. We're running a live prototype demo. So his view is synchronized with what we're showing. So, valuation. What do people say about this? What have they seen when we talk with them about it? Aerospace. So aerospace went with Sage 2, the research software, over other commercial solutions, in part because of the features that we developed at the lab. And Booz Allen Hamilton, when they saw Sage 2, they were interested in it, also for the same reasons, features offered that other solutions do not have. But their concern was that they wanted to work with a company. For DISA, Defense Information Systems Agency, they also saw the potential, and they were willing to, or considered the possibility of working with us to comply with the security standards for the Department of Defense. Finally, is Bowers and Kubota. They, after seeing the prototype, requested to be part of the test group, and in particular, they noted that the dynamic nature, the non-locking usage of how to display and organize the data was what they were most interested in. So for the market opportunity, we have 4 groups: education technology, enterprise communication, enterprise cloud application services, and virtual office space. Rendezvous sits in a nice spot in the center where we can apply for all 4, but not have to specialize ourselves when we only hit one. In a example of the scenario, instead of making a fake scenario, we're going to go with what we've got. Excuse me. So for a scenario of usage, when we show people our product, what we are going to show is, instead of our own, what someone else envisioned they would use it for, in particular real estate. So when we showed it to a real estate agent, their immediate thought process was this was a great way to show clients what they want, have them or show them a whole bunch of houses immediately, have them decide, reorganize, put post-it notes on what they want more information on, what they like, what they dislike. Buyers and Kubota was especially interested in hype show diagrams, get information all in a relevant space, reorganize, point out things, and mark up potentially what needed to be addressed in the immediate future, and have this persistent idea board. So our pricing is designed to be low, to promote growth, and in favor over profits. So in the beginning, we have a free tier, where 2 users can evaluate the room. The idea is that maybe you're not sure what this is like, you're not sure if it's right for you. So this is an easy way to test it without committing a payment in the upfront. Next is a basics plan, and that's designed for the average meeting size in the United States, 4 to 6 users, and that will increase the file limits at $15 a month. So finally, is a pro plan, 12 users. The idea is that this targets large project groups for people who are collaborating for work, not necessarily communication, and that's at $35 a month. So for the economics, it's based on the Google AdWords for every 2,000. So our example is 2,000 views. And these are targeted views, so they're not random. People who see this site will be looking for or interested in collaboration systems, workspaces, and communications. So of this, it's estimated that roughly 5% will be converted to users. And the majority of that will start off as free in the 6 months. So of that, maybe 20% would be willing to pay to support their group size. After 6 months, the expectation is we'll have roughly 20% conversion from free to the basic plan, and about 20% conversion from basic to pro plan. So there is the account that people may leave the paid plans and go back to basic. And the cost of acquisition per user is roughly $20, with a lifetime value on 1 year at $60. So the ratio of being 3 puts it as a viable product. So for the best case, we're actually hoping for a much larger buy-in in the beginning, at 15%, but of the users who join us in the first 6 months, they're more willing to pay for it. And after the 6-month period, for the conversion, there'll be a high conversion from free to basic, and likewise from basic to pro. The ratio from the lifetime value will increase, increasing the product liability. So our ideal starting timeline is, for right now, over the next 6 months, we're going to continue to develop this. And with Martin Pura, who are giving input and feedback, we are potentially open for other companies as well to be part of the test group. After that is a test release, where we can potentially incorporate customers, in particular who's on Hamilton, to give further feedback and in particular identify bugs or particular usage cases that we need to further work out or further refine. After that is marketing and advertising. So a lot of the money will then go into how to get the word out, how to convince people to at least test it, figure out if it's right for them, and then we can grow from that. And then finally is the initial release, where we'll be targeting business, schools, and project teams. Thank you. Any questions?
So, my name is Ame Arakaki. Thank you for taking the time this afternoon to come to the competition. My partners are Shekinah Landiko and Billy Allen. So, our company is called Gourmet, and we bring living gourmet crops into culinary spaces for chefs and cooks who enjoy or relish having harvest freshness at their fingertips. So in essence, what we bring is live crops, not harvested, not cut. So the differences are these plants still have their roots. And so we specialize in a type of technology that's like a life support system that allows us to maintain living products within kitchens. And this is very important for several reasons. So let me bring us to the business overview. All right, so we are what you call a CEA, or a controlled environment agriculture. We practice growing plants in laboratory settings. So we are very hygienic, we are very clean, we do not have pests, we do not have vectors for infection from like rat bumworm disease, we do not have E. coli, salmonella, or hepatitis A, which it's kind of the most recent kind of outbreaks. And so some of the things that we do, and this isn't our laboratory, this is somebody else's concept of what an indoor or enclosed growing structure looks like. This is in Mirai, Japan. And so they produce 2,500 heads of lettuce per day, and they have 22,000 square feet of space. We have much less, but we're able to produce much more, at least twice as much as what they're able to do. And I have a mathematical model set up over there that can answer that question later during Q&A. All right, so during this year one, we're going to be setting up our operations. Year two to year three, we'll see some expansion, some sales increases, see a ramp up in more square area that we'll be using, or cubic area actually, on the Big Island. And year 3 through 5 is actually going to see us developing our primary crop. So initially, we plan to have 2 different types of purposes, a primary crop and a secondary type. Our primary crop is going to be part of this grid structure. So it's going to be high demand, but a low value, low to high value. So think of herbs. Those are going to be our primary income generators. And then at the same time, we are going to be developing a long-term stock. This is a wasabi plant from Japan. So if you know sushi, actual wasabi, not the green paste that you get out of the tubes. This is actual wasabi. And in 2014, the BBC set the retail price, and that's in the UK, at 160 US dollars per pound of wasabi root. And in Japan, which I just came from in February, it actually can go even higher than that. So it's a very expensive plant, but it takes 2 years to mature. And that's why we need an initial income structure and a long-term investment structure. Okay, so to talk about our innovations, Shekinah is now going to demonstrate some of the products. Sorry, click the button. Okay, so what we've got here, this morning I went to Chef Zone, so I want you guys to put on your chef's hat, just pretend. Or if you guys cook at home, that's good too. I mean, you always want to have the most nutritious, most highly dense types of products to cook from for your kids, your family, right? So this is what you get from Waialae, all right, Chef Zone. This is oregano, and this is, so I was talking to the produce manager. Yeah, you guys can all sample later in the room over there. Totally, come and smell, try and taste. Totally check it out, okay? It's worth seeing. All right, so judges, if you, Shekinah, could you bring the box? Okay, so this is what they sell for $5. Okay, you can see the leaves are kind of small, shriveled up. Plants are a little bit desiccated, they're a little dried out. Try smell. Let them smell. It's really important. Strong smell, light smell.
No smell.
No smell. Okay? Try taste it now. Small leaf. Just a little taste. Taste test. Okay? And then you guys got water's good, so wash your palate. Okay, you got the flavor.
Get back that box. I wanted to taste that too.
Go for it. We watched the ones in front of you. Those ones we didn't watch, so we don't rat one word on that. We're not liable. Just have to do the disclaimer. Okay, Shekinah, bring ours. All right. Okay. So this is our product, and while she's doing that, I'll go grab this one. Okay. So this is ours, and this is live. So we took this out of our system today. Have a smell. Okay, Coca-Cola is good. It's only a slightly different flavor. Okay. You guys notice differences, right? There's more oil, not as much smell, more characteristic. And that's because the plants are alive. See, when you pick a plant, when you cut it, all of those nutrients, the essential oils, start leaving the plant because they no longer have the, without getting too scientific, they don't have the necessary force to hold them within the plant. So those leaves lose them very rapidly. And I was talking to the produce manager at Chef Zone. They received that oregano on Tuesday, this past Tuesday. So they're not exactly fresh. They're kind of fresh, they're in the ballpark, but they're what's available till next week. Ours is very fresh, okay? And it's traveled 0 food miles. It was picked right here, so not even a mile, okay? All right, so some of our innovations, we don't use soil. If you want to take a look at the plant in there, no soil, no dirt, so there's no E. coli, no salmonella possibilities, no vectors for that. We have an ultra clean process. All right, so let's get back to the talking business. I'm a mechanical engineer by trade, so I like to talk details, not really the financial models, so I gotta stay on point. 5 minutes? All right. Okay, so let's look at the financial scenarios here. So this is our very, how should we say, conservative view, I think is the proper term. For our sales structure, we're saying we're shorting ourselves by 25% throughout the first 5 years. So we're making less money than we need, and we're projecting, but because we're running very lean. So my family has a home out in Hawaii Kai, and because this is an enclosed space, I was able to convert a good portion of the house into a laboratory. And I practice with HEPA filters, so it's very clean. And we're able to conserve on rent. We're able to conserve on electricity because our process is very low powered. I've been researching this process over a 6-year span, and it is by far the most efficient thing that I have been able to design yet. So this is a conservative view. This is your average view. So the red graph there, that's if we make our sales goal. And got it. And then this is an optimistic curve where we're saying we're winning the competition to get first place. So that's that little bump up in the beginning. We get a little bit extra capital so I can expand faster. We have 7 acres on the Big Island waiting for us to develop. And so we can kick that off a lot easier, a lot sooner. That's that major dip right there, which means that we get more mature wasabi plants ready by year 3, year 4, year 5, which means that we have a greater standing crop value by year 5 for our buyout. And that'll take us to our exit strategy. Omar Sutton would be very happy with me at this point. So exit strategy, we hope to attract the attention of Sodexo, Waialae, Diotani, one of the major distributors, and get them interested in either watching us so that they buy us out so they can take over the operations and I can retire to somewhere nice and expensive, or they want to collaborate with us because right now they have to import wasabi and that's mainly coming from Japan. And it has to be irradiated before we eat it, so that's always great. We're going to blow a little bit more. All right, whoops. So our exit strategy. We have 5 times return on our ROI by year 3 and 10 times by year 4. So we're performing a lot better because our standard crop value is increasing in value the longer it sits there and doesn't sell. So we're not depreciating over time. But they'll be buying our structure is mainly what they'll get. All right, and wrapping it up. All right, so there's the funding, which you guys already seen. So the 10,000 that we could win today would go to hiring 60 more people. Right there, right at the end. Thank you.
So before we begin, I want to talk about the digital dynamic behind our business. So the digital age is bringing a change in consumer spending habits, where businesses now have the opportunity to place their product into the hands of their consumers, while they're working, while they're walking, even sometimes while they're driving. Consumers spent $453 billion just on online purchases, and this was a 16% increase from 2016 to 2007. Sorry, 1 second, can you press it?
I'll go through right now.
1 second, guys. Okay. We plan to capitalize on this digital age by providing a seamless way to shop online. So my name is Rose Wong, and I'm the founder of Rose Gold Gems.
My name is Kaguya Machado, and I'm the Director of Marketing.
And I'm Kelly Shimada, the Director of Operations. And we are the Warby Parker of jewelry, offering affordable luxury through a direct-to-consumer distribution model. So each of our pieces are made of solid 14 karat and 18 karat gold with diamonds and gemstones. And I created Rose Gold Gems because I believe you shouldn't have to pick between accessible price and high quality. You can have both. And so our objective is to provide everyday fine jewelry wear for the hardworking woman.
So first question, how large is the jewelry market? Well, as of last year, online jewelry sales alone were $15 billion, and by the year 2021, that number is expected to jump up all the way to $30 billion. So as you can tell, this is a market that's growing pretty rapidly with a compound annual growth rate of 17%. And seeing that millennials are the ones spending the most time online, our target customers are going to be the 46 million young female professionals in the US, ages between 20 to 35. And these are our most important customers, and they will have an annual income range between $45,000 to $100,000, and will be living in urban areas as well.
So the total available market of 2021 online jewelry sales is expected to hit $30 billion. And of this, the millennial expenditure is $6 billion, and we estimate our target market to be $3.5 billion.
So as we transition into a digital world, e-commerce is growing quickly, and there's a skyrocket in digitally native brands. By definition, these are brands who are born online and they have a strong focus in the customer experience. These brands have the power to control their own distribution, their brand story, and relay their messages directly to the consumer. A few brands that understand this adaptation are Away Luggage, Movement Watches, and Sofa Mattresses. In just a few years, each of these online, affordable luxury brands were able to hit the big millions in revenue.
So based on conversations with our target consumers, 64% stated that they had a problem finding affordable prices at high quality. Low price traditionally means low quality and vice versa. Our customers' main pain is related to price and quality, but other pains include inconvenience of shopping in stores, crowded stores, parking, and less selection. We view it as a two-part problem. First, thank you. Okay, so first is the customer problem, and second is the industry problem, as the traditional markup is often 8 to 10 times the cost, while ours is only 2 to 3 times the cost. And And this is because these traditional brands must account for the additional layers of expenses, such as the expense of brick and mortar, distribution markup, retail markup. Our online business model allows us to avoid many costs that typically incur. This is just. Our online business model allows us to avoid many costs that are typically incurred by these traditional brands, and as a result, we're able to provide value to our customers through a lower retail price.
So Rose Gold's unique value proposition is that we are affordable. We specialize in non-engagement rings. We also offer a broad price range for our jewelry pieces. We have a strong online focus, and we also utilize interactive crowdsourcing. So as you can probably tell, marketing to millennials is not like marketing to their parents or grandparents, as they are digital natives at heart.
Alright, and as you can see, the jewelry retail market is competitive and it's highly fragmented. Our main competitors are found from both online and offline retailers. However, although well established, these traditional jewelry brands are having a bit of a hard time fully adjusting to the new age of jewelry because of their already fixed image and because they market more towards Generation X and the baby boomers. These traditional jewelry brands pride themselves in their timeless pieces. However, it is found to be the more modern, trendy, and contemporary piece that attracts millennials today.
So as shown here, some of our main online competitors include names like Blue Nile, K-Drawers, and James Allen. And each of these jewelry companies have a focus on their engagement rings. But through our market research, we actually found that millennials aren't interested in marriage or engagement rings, seeing that 69% of millennials aren't even married. As a result, millennial disruptions are negatively affecting our competitors as they are struggling to attract younger shoppers. For example, Tiffany & Co. in 2017 saw net sales decline by 3%, and even Signet Jewelers saw declining net sales for the first time since the 2008 to 2009 recession. However, with Rose Gold, by focusing on a low market price matched with our trendy designs, we believe that we compete favorably in the market for fine jewelry products.
So who are we to determine what's trendy? Well, we do this by a few different methods. The first is who better knows what millennials want than millennials themselves. Second is we analyze the sales of our products. So obviously if a product isn't selling, then it's not trendy. Third, we're utilizing a system of crowdsourcing through our social media platforms. And for example, this is one that we did. So we asked our target consumers which product they liked better, and in exchange they could enter to win a free ring. So this method is for consumers by consumers. We also recently ran an Instagram campaign, and we generated over 10,000 impressions in just 4 days. So this was we had a lot of interest in our online teaser, and this was part 1 of our customer validation. Part 2 is actually converting this into our actual paying customers. So we've been able to generate sales through our online website, our Instagram, our Etsy, and even through our pop-up shops. So for example, we recently did a collaboration with Lululemon in Waikiki, and while we were selling jewelry from our previous jewelry business, we were able to test the market and actually sell some of our rose gold pieces.
Okay, so since we're distributing our products through a direct-to-consumer model, our main goal is to maintain a strong online presence. As you can see, our website is launched and it's fully functional.
It's just the internet, it's not us. You can go to rosegold.com.
So we have secured partnerships with Drake Bell, famous actor, musician, comedian, and Lululemon, a leading brand for athletic wear. We will also maintain a strong online presence through our unique marketing campaigns. A couple to name are Boss Babes and the Boyfriend campaign.
So if we're able to maintain a strong online presence, we expect to hit positive cash flow by year 2. This financial projection is based on a few different assumptions. So first, it's based on an initial investment of $70,000, in which we'll be able to return times 5 by year 5. Second, the revenue and expense percentages are based from assumptions based on actual results from my last jewelry business. So we know that we'll be able to sell this amount because we've done it before. The last is that we prepare different financial projections for hitting different levels of our target market. So since no one can really tell the future, especially of the economy, we prepared projections for an optimistic level, a middle level, and a base level. Rose Gold has also been featured in many prestigious magazines such as Hawaii Business Magazine and Kaleo Magazine. We've also been featured on Think Tech Hawaii. We've also been the recipient of many awards such as the Women's Business Enterprise National Council Student Entrepreneur Awards, the EOGSEA Awards, the 2018 PACE Director's Choice Awards, and like I said, we're in the works of a collaboration with Lululemon. So again, my name is Rose Wong. I'm the founder of Rose Gold Gems, but I'm also the founder of a local jewelry business called Kalohe Ocean Gems, which I started when I was 16 years old and built up to reach a revenue of $70,000 by year 4. So I'm using my experience, knowledge, and resources of selling in a much smaller Hawaii market, and now we want to expand to a much more larger and scalable market. I'm also the president of Hawaii Student Entrepreneurs, which is a Shidler College of Business dedicated to helping students successfully start and run their own businesses. And along my side are Kaigi Shimada, she's my director of operations, and Kahia Machado, he's my director of marketing. Kaigi and I are undergraduate sophomores at Richmond, and Kahia is undergraduate junior at Richmond. And together we are redefining the way people view luxury by providing affordable prices still matched with high quality for everyday fine jewelry wear. And right now we're offering extra exclusive prices for a limited time only. And if you use our code IKNOWROSE, you can get 10% off just in time for Mother's Day. Anyway, thank you for listening to our presentation. We'll now present
All right, hello everyone. I'm Jonathan Webbe, and this is Tom Nat Ramos, and we are Swipe Wrap, the gift wrap for digital gifting. So imagine this. I want to get you a present. So I go to the store, I pick out something really nice. I even go through the trouble of getting a gift wrap, and I bring it to you. Now imagine your excitement as you pull off that bow and you rip apart that paper to reveal that what I got you was a
Sorry, turn it on.
work. What I got you was an iPad. Cool, right? Now imagine a different scenario. I want to get you a gift. I go to the store and I pick out that same iPad, but instead of getting a gift wrap, I just give it to you. Now, you'll be appreciative, you'll be happy, but ultimately, you would have missed out on a true gifting experience. Currently, the gifting experience is much like that second scenario, where usually it's composed of a simple, run-of-the-mill, boring email where you just get a picture of your gift along with a gift code that allows you to redeem a digital gift code that you could redeem your gift later. This is lacking a true gifting experience. That's where Swipe Wrap comes in. So, who are we? We're an online service. What we do, we innovate to improve the digital gifting experience by bringing the fun of physical gifting into the digital world. How do we do it? We do it by enhancing the user experience by creating virtual gift boxes that users can interact with. Now, how it works. On the sender side, when they purchase a gift, the sender is allowed to go ahead and personalize their gift to fit the receiver. On the receiver side, they will receive a personalized Swipe Wrap email, which will then take them to our experience engine, where they will be able to interact with and unwrap their gift, ultimately revealing their final digital gift. What Swipe Wrap has essentially done is create an actual gifting experience in the digital world. That's cool, right? We think so too, but don't take our word for it. With these simple mock-up slides that we were able to create in under 10 minutes, we were able to conduct 52 random interviews in high-density populated places, and what we were able to find was that 74% of people were actually interested in using digital gift wrap to wrap digital gifts. Not only that, we were able to find that they were willing to pay an average of $1.98 per wrap. Some people were so excited about Swipe Wrap that they were willing to pay upwards of $5 to wrap digital gifts. So we realized that those cases were a bit extreme, so what we did was remove it from the calculations, redid the average, and what we got was a price point of 99 cents per wrap. So now that you see that people are interested in Swipe Wrap, and you see that people are willing to pay for Swipe Wrap, let's show you the future of digital gifting. So imagine there's a big concert coming up. You want to take your significant other. You want to surprise them with a ticket. So you go ahead, you purchase a ticket, and you want to ensure that that experience or that surprise is as special as possible. Now, with a simple click, you can wrap it with swipe wrap. Imagine you want to surprise a family member with a surprise plane ticket to New York City. You spent $1,300 on that. You want to definitely ensure that that experience is as special as possible. Now you can wrap it with swipe wrap. It's your nephew's birthday. You want him to be able to get himself something nice, so you get him a gift card. You want to give him a fun experience while you're at it. Why not do it with swipe wrap? It's your cousin's graduation. Last minute gift. You need to get something. So you just decide to send them plain, boring mail, right? So now you can actually take that plain, boring gift and make it fun with swipe wrap. The digital gift card market in the US is $8.5 billion with a 20% growth rate. Imagine what we could do if we could capture more of the digital gifting market other than just gift cards.
Thank you, John. So, we can't change the world overnight. Therefore, to penetrate the market, we're planning on taking a three-pronged approach. Our first prong, which is our partner integrations you saw before, is our main revenue stream. Next, we plan to use our website, swipewrap.com, as a means of wrapping digital content of any type. Lastly, as a side endeavor, we plan to use SwipeWrap technology as a marketing tool. So, for our business partners, we offer a free integration with a 50-50 revenue share on digital gift wrap purchases. This makes integration with SwipeWrap mutually beneficial. On our SwipeWrap website, we plan on taking a wrap anything approach. So people can upload PDFs, images, videos, anything representing potential gifts, they can wrap it and deliver it wrapped with SwipeWrap. Not only that, we're leveraging the natural shared nature of gifting to instill built-in virality to our system. So when a receiver receives a gift, they actually get a free premium wrap on SwipeWrap's platform, incentivizing them to send a gift. Now, once we have those two systems fully built out and functional, we don't need to just sit around and wait for partners. We can use SwipeWrap technology to bring a new angle to digital discount offers. So, let's suppose Pizza Hut's doing a 10% off large pizza for the month. We can create an interactive branded experience that people can literally interact with their advertisement before revealing that final coupon. Now, additionally, we can also use the same exact virality engine to encourage those receivers to actually share their discount offer. Now, in effect, this does two things. First, we have a very unique brand touch point. Secondly, we increase conversion rates on coupon usage. During this time, we're performing three key activities. First, we're perfecting the online digital gift wrap experience. Next, we're building a large user base of people familiar with SwipeWrap and the SwipeWrap brand. Lastly, we're creating a large line of partners so we have direct access to their e-commerce channel. All these three things combined makes it creates a barrier to entry for potential people who would want to create their own digital gift wrap. Ultimately, it would just be easier and better to integrate with us. Now, in the long run, we see two potential exits. First, we simply continue growing and leading to a future eventual IPO. Alternatively, we see SwipeWrap as a desirable tech acquisition target. In terms of our financials, if you read our written business plan, you would have saw that we took a bootstrap approach where we built our own user base. However, in our new financial model, we took a more aggressive approach. So we actually start off with an initial partner where we sell digital gift cards. As we can see, looking a little bit more into our model, net sales is roughly double of our gross profit. That is from our 50-50 revenue share. Somewhere in between years 2 and 3, we have a break even, followed by a large kink in year 3 of $21 million in revenue. That comes from an integration with a high volume digital gift card vendor such as giftcards.com, where they're reselling large amounts of gift cards. Beyond that, we're just dominating the market of digital gift wrap, leading to a calculation of 75 million. Now, one thing that's important to notice here, this is only the US. In fact, the US is only 1/6 of the entire digital gift card market globally. So, this means we have big potential for high growth. Our team is composed of entrepreneurs, scholars, developers, and designers. But really, at the end of the day, we're just a group of people who want to make digital gifting awesome. Now, to end our presentation, I'd like to show you guys a use case from our youngest user to date.
Thank you for using swipe back.
Thank you.
All right, well, that's it. Thanks very much for coming.